the West Valley City Council. It is January 10th, 2023, and it is 6:34. We are in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. We have all members present, excusing Councilman Norfelt. He had a previous engagement. And we are joined on the dais with Ms. Cottle, our Assistant City Manager, and Ms. Kamick, our City Recorder. Our opening ceremony will be by Councilman Whetstone.
Thank you, Mayor. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We now have our minutes of January 3rd, 2023. I'll turn it to the council for discussion or a motion on the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of January 3rd.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And those stand approved. Thank you. We will now accept public comment. Our public comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall limit their comments to 5 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up, please give your name and address. All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the council during the comment period should be allowed to comment more than one time. And speakers should not expect a debate with the mayor and council and staff. They'll have time to respond after your comments. So our sign up sheet, we have speaker 1.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My favorite subject, code enforcement. On the city website reporting, when you report a code enforcement issue, you get a reply back that they received the report, but then you get, depending on the time, a closed one right afterward. So it gives the appearance that code enforcement is doing nothing. With parking, they send you, yeah, we received it. They'll send you an officer's been dispatched. They'll send you an officer's been on the scene and resolved the issue, and then they send you a closed. Why can't code enforcement do a similar thing? At first, I thought it was the one issue of the semi parked on 5400 and 41. I've sent you guys several emails about it. I report this regularly with them. Nothing is being done. It appears to look that way. And so the other thing is, and I've said it to the people that put that together, is we need an other on there because they only have 4 or 5 items on there, but semi parking is not one of them. So that should be on an other. You know, if they would put an other in there, that would make it nice. Semis parking on our streets throughout the city, nights and weekends. It's all over the place. Not just semis. We have tow trucks. One of the council members talked about that in a study meeting. A lot of these vehicles that are overweight and they're parking on our streets. And once again, parking needs to be ticketed in. Over where the new junior high is being built, regularly there's dump trucks parked out there. They have all that property they can park their trucks on and not plug up the neighborhood with their trucks and trailers. So I'm asking again for our parking people to take care of that. Let's see. Also, code enforcement issues. There's still the guy that's selling, that has the mowers in his front yard, in the backyards. Over 2 years, it's been reported on. If the city goes in there and does an abatement, they're going to take all that stuff and it'll be gone and it should be resolved. Abatement has not been done. There's one that does washing machines. We got people running businesses out of their yards. It makes our neighborhoods look terrible when you see this. Once again, it makes the appearance that code enforcement is not doing their job. And so I have already talked about the schools, semis, extra trash recycle. I did bring that up. I've noticed instead of people getting an extra trash can, they get an extra recycle can. And then when you see it out in the street, it's all full of trash. I gave one specific address. And the city said if they catch it, they will take away the recycle cans and fix that. I don't see any residential property that needs 2 recycle cans. That would be my first clue. If they're asking for a second recycle can and they only have 1 trash can and they're a normal resident, why would you need 2 recycle cans? Except you're trying to save $3 or $4. So, I got rid of my recycle can because would take me 6 months to fill it up, So I believe that's all I have today.
Okay, thank you. Speaker 2.
We can't literally.
Good evening, councilman members. My name is Frank Soderberg. I live at 3497 West San Marcos Circle. And I'm here tonight to commend the snowplow people department. Being on the circle, I take it for granted that, hey, we're going to be the last one serviced. And I was pleasantly surprised that not once, but twice they came by to clean my circle. And to me, all the places I've lived at, that is unheard of. So I commend the department for that. I'm just real sorry that there was some cars left out on the road. And I felt real sorry for the snowplow drivers having to go around them and move that snow. I wish, like I said, that you've heard it before, cars parking in the snow, code enforcement would have been busier than hoot owl, that night. So, but I do commend the street service for getting my circle plowed. It was a great, awesome endeavor. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak that didn't have a chance to sign in? Seeing none, is there anyone online? Okay. I'll turn it to the Assistant City Manager for any comments.
Oh, not today. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from the council? Okay, seeing none, we'll now move to our public hearings. And I'll turn it to Ms. Cottle for an explanation of application ZT6 2022.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. This is in response to a change that the state legislature made last year, appropriating $5 million for a statewide grass removal and rebate program. And in order for our residents to be eligible for that program, our ordinances have to have a couple of requirements, just a little different than we had them. So those 2 that we're seeking to amend, just so that our folks can be eligible, are that the limitations on new residential development. So no lawn on parking strips or areas less than 8 feet in width in new residential development, and no more than 35% of the front and side yards landscaped area in new residential development is lawn. So with these changes, if the council were to adopt those tonight, the residents of West Valley would be eligible to make application to receive these funds at the level of $2 per square foot for replacing lawn that they currently have with other water-wise options.
Okay, thank you. Is there any questions from the council before we open the public hearing? Okay, seeing none, we will now open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that would like to address this issue? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public hearing. I'm trying to think in my brain, but actually the reimbursement may go up to $3 an hour with some money put in through the county as well. So we have the state, the county, and the water district. So it's good. $3 a square foot to, yeah. So, oh, sorry. I might have said hour. Most people get paid by the hour, but this is the square foot. Sorry. Thank you for saving me. All right, our action item is ordinance 23-01, and I'll turn it to the council.
I would move to approve ordinance 23-01.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We will now move to our second public hearing, which is application ZT 7-2022. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Kamic, Ms. Cottle,
The other Nicole.
the other one.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a request from a property owner on 5600 West for an amendment to the 5600 West overlay zone. As the council is aware, in section 714-404 of our zoning ordinance, there is an overlay that has restrictions on automobile sales, automobile service, and automobile part sales from 2455 South and 3100 West to between the Ritter Canal and 3100 South. So in that overlay zone, those restrictions are in place. The property owner in this particular area would like the council to consider that the Ritter Canal be a more natural boundary for that overlay zone, which would then free up part of his property to provide for this, provide for those uses. And I can answer any questions, or we can have Steve Pastrick come for questions as well, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. For the counselors, are there any questions? All right, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that would wish to speak on this issue? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing, and I will turn it to the council to consider ordinance 23-02.
I would motion to approve ordinance 23-02.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll now move on to our ordinances. We have ordinance 23-03. Ms. Cottle?
Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance that would adopt the revised 2022 moderate income housing plan as part of our West Valley City general plan. And as the council is aware, this is a requirement that the state has placed on us, and it's been a requirement for many years. But each of those years, it seems that there are amendments to those requirements. As you heard in the prior meeting, and as I will state again, we have been stalwart as a city in providing that moderate income housing plan on time and in a high quality way due to our wonderful staff. Steve Pastrick and his group do a really excellent job, and we've been held out consistently as the model for this moderate income housing plan. As the changes were made last year, they were relatively substantial, and as part of that, the legislature wanted to see some metrics along with the knowledge and understanding of the moderate income housing in a particular city. So this plan, as you see it today, and as we've discussed as a group, and as you've seen as a council, does that. It does meet the requirements of the state law. Part of the meeting of those requirements also allows us then to subsequently continue to avail ourselves of state transportation funds and all of the other benefits that come along with filing this moderate income housing plan. I can answer any questions, or we can have Steve Pastrick answer any specific or detailed questions about that as well.
Okay, turn it to the council. Where we're going to act on ordinance 23-03 for any comments or a motion.
I would motion to approve ordinance 23-03 with a couple of minor amendments that were discussed during study meeting. One is to to better define the time frame for the low-income housing tax credits in our city, and also to include a small section or small blurb about the Utah Affordable Housing Preservation Fund and the impact of that fund on our city.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. Now move on to our resolutions. Resolution 23-01. Ms. Cottle?
Thank you, Mayor. This is an exciting one. This is a situation where in partnership with other cities, there was a grant program that put together what's called a MITS vehicle, and that stands for Mobile Interoperable Tactical Solutions Vehicle, which is really code for communications vehicle, utilized typically in emergency situations or when we have our emergency operations center up and running, when our public safety operations need extra and additional and specific communications. And of course, one of the things we learned in these last couple of years, especially during the earthquake, is just how important quick and essential communication establishment is, just in how essential that is. One of the great things about this is this vehicle was paid for by this group and these funds. And the vehicle is being provided to us, and the associated cost is just taking over the maintenance, which is because this vehicle is used very rarely, going to be very minimal with regards to the servicing of the tires and the things that come along with that. And we get several pieces of new communications equipment that we don't currently have in our arsenal. So it provides us both the ability to set up communications on both sides of our city or in a broader stretch of our city, but also gives us the opportunity to have some of these additional specialized pieces of equipment with regards to that vehicle. So we will look forward to that. This particular resolution authorizes us to accept that vehicle from Salt Lake City and take that into our fleet.
Okay. And does my memory serve me well that this vehicle also does not need it's a vehicle, it's not just a trailer. So we don't have to have a truck hook up to it and pull it. You can just get in and go to the emergency.
Yes, my recollection of that is true. And my fire chief saying, yes, that's
Okay.
right.
All right. I thought that was a pretty important things too as well. Okay. I will now turn it to the council, resolution 23-01 for comments or approval.
A motion to approve resolution 23-01.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We do not have a need for a closed session tonight, so we just have one more action item.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, taking time out of your schedule.